Hey guys, welcome back to the Curly Reader. My name's Amanda, and today I have a very exciting announcement to share with you. So in February, this upcoming month, we are going to be having Historathon again. So Historathon is a readathon that I came up with that is all historical fiction based. We did it for the first time last year during the month of February, and this year I have a new co-host, Angie from Science Mama, is going to be hosting this readathon with me this year. And it's going to be laid out very similar to the same way it was last year. We have a 3x3 bingo board, which I will put up here, that you can use to get your prompts and decide how you want to fill this out. If you want to fill out every prompt, you can. If you want to just do like a tic-tac-toe 3 in a row, you can. However you want to do it. But this is just kind of the method that we thought would work best for getting the prompts out. It is going to be a full month-long readathon, so it will go from February 1st to February 28th, and we are super excited. So in the coming weeks, I will have videos out with my personal TBR as well as some recommendations for each of the prompts. So if you're stuck on one, never fear, we got your back. So, and Angie is going to be having some recommendations as well. So let's get into some of the details now. So we did pick a book to use as a group read similar to last year. This will fill the center square on our tic-tac-toe board. And this year we decided to do The Yellow Bird Sings by Jennifer Rossner as our group read. This is a World War II historical fiction book that follows a mother and daughter. The daughter's 5 years old and they are Jewish. They are hiding in a barn. So they're in hiding from the Nazis. I don't know if it's in France or if it's in Germany. It doesn't really say. I'm sure it will say in the book, but it doesn't say in the synopsis. So it's this mother and very young daughter. Her daughter is a music prodigy and is having a very hard time staying quiet during the day, just in general. And so because she's so young, I know how that goes. So her mother is making up these stories and telling her, what does it say? It says she's telling her about the story about a girl in an enchanted garden. The girl is forbidden from making a sound, so the yellow bird sings. He sings whatever the girl composes in her head. High-pitched trills of piccolo, low-throated growls of contrabassoon. Music helps the flowers bloom. So that just sounded amazing. And then they get to a point where their hiding place is no longer safe, and so the mom has to make some decisions on how to move forward. And anyway, it sounds so amazing. It has really good reviews. I'm so excited to read this, and I'm so excited to read it with some of you. So we do have a Goodreads group set up for this, as well as to reference for suggestions for the other prompts. So if you're interested in buddy reading this with us, we will have our discussion on Goodreads. So yeah, I'm excited. We will also be having a live discussion about the book and just kind of a general Historathon wrap-up session on my channel on February 27th at 8 o'clock Eastern time. Angie and I will go live and just kind of talk with you guys about how your reading went for the month and to give our thoughts about The Yellow Bird Sings and just kind of have a general chat session with you. So that you can put that on your calendars. We hope that you join us. That's going to be a lot of fun as well. So let's get into the rest of these prompts. All right, so starting in the top left corner of the board and then working our way down. The first prompt is to read a book that is set in a place that you have visited. So whether this be a city or a country or a region or a landmark or however you want to interpret this. If you want to say, I've been to Germany, then read a book set in Germany. I've been to Australia, set a book set in Australia. If you want to say, I've been to Boston, read a book set in Boston. If you want to say, I've been to the West Coast, read a book set on the West Coast. Whatever you want to, however you want to interpret this, that's what it's meant to be. And we just thought that this would be kind of a fun play on reading. A lot of times we read books in areas we've never been to. And so we kind of wanted to flip that on its head and read a book about a place that you have been to and how can you relate to it. All right, the next prompt is to read a multi-generational book. So this encompasses any book that follows more than one generation of a family. So it can be 2, 3, 4, however many generations, but it needs to be told from the point of view of at least more than one generation of the same family. So however you want to take that. All right, and then the next prompt is to read a book that is about a war that is not World War II. Which can be difficult because a lot of historical fiction is written about World War II. But this can be any war. It doesn't have to be anything the United States was involved in. It can be anything worldwide that was a war, and that has to be a part of the story in some way. So yeah, have fun with that. Interpret that as you will. And then the next prompt is to read a book by a diverse author. However you interpret that. Once again, these are very general prompts. We want you to kind of use your license of interpretation. We're in this to have fun, right? So nobody's going to be policing it. We're not going to tell you, no, that doesn't count. We just want to get you to read some historical fiction and have fun with this. So read a book by a diverse author. The center square is going to be our group pick. And then the next prompt will be a historical fiction subgenre. So this means read like a historical fantasy or a historical thriller or mystery or historical romance or whatever you want to do. But read a historical book that also has a subgenre within it. The next prompt is to read a book with no people on the cover, which is a lot harder than it sounds for historical fiction. So yeah. Read a book with no people on the cover. The next prompt is to read a book set during the winter time or during a cold season. So, you know, whatever, in a cold climate, in a cold country, we just figured since this is taking place in winter, this readathon is, then it might be interesting to kind of read a book set in winter. And then the last prompt is to read a book with a person's name in the title. So whatever that is. It can be a last name, it can be a first name, it can be whatever you want it to be. But the person's name should be in the title. So those are the 8 prompts plus the buddy read that we have planned for Historathon. We're really excited about this. We really hope that you guys are going to join us with this readathon and participate in whatever level you feel comfortable with. I will have the Goodreads group linked down below in the description box, and I hope you join us there to read The Yellow Bird Sings. And yeah, if you're planning on participating, I would love for you to let me know down below in the comments. And that's it for today. Keep your eyes peeled for more information coming, like I said, in the coming weeks. We'll have recommendations and TBRs and lots of fun historical fiction content going out on both of our channels in the month of February. So that's going to do it for today. So I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope you're planning on joining us, and I hope that you stick around and subscribe. And until next time, see ya.